Hey you all, and good morning. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the South. More specifically, we are in Lexington, Kentucky. Got in late last night, tried to get a little bit of sleep, but now it is time to explore the city of Lexington. This is day 13. Some people say 13 is an unlucky number. It is day 13 of the Choose My Adventure road trip, where you guys are able to vote on which city I travel to. Currently, there is a poll out where you guys can vote to send me to Nashville, Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, or Charlotte, North Carolina. And tomorrow morning I will wake up, I will look at my phone, and I will head to whichever city won the poll. But yeah, getting ready to head out here, but I wanted to show you guys the hotel room real quick. Now, to me, one of the most important things in a hotel room is theming. This hotel room does have some theming in it. We are in Lexington, so you can see there are framed pictures of horses. Of course, Kentucky, famous for the Kentucky Derby, famous for racehorses. So only fitting that we have a horse-themed hotel room. A couple more horses over there on that picture. The horse theming even extends here into the bathroom. So we got a framed picture of a jockey riding a horse. Here's a travel tip. You got to be careful with these door hangers here. Most of these will just say do not disturb on both sides. This one is the other variety, where on one side it says welcome, please knock. So you're hanging this there to tell them that you're in the room ready to deal with people. On the other side, do not disturb. I cannot handle human contact right now. Like I said, most of these have do not disturb on both sides, but some of them are reversible with the welcoming on one side, the do not disturbing on the other. I've had a problem with it before because I assumed that both sides were do not disturb, so I hung it on the door. The housekeeping starts knocking, trying to get into the room, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm still here. And they said, well, you put the welcome sign on. So I accidentally hung the welcome sign when I meant to hang the do not disturb sign. Now, Lexington, Kentucky, known as the horse capital of the world, and to dig into the horsiness of this city, we have traveled over here to the Kentucky Horse Park. This is a facility built and dedicated to exploring the relationship between man and horse. I guess we start out here entering into the visitor center. And over here we have a statue of one of the greatest racing horses of all time, Secretariat. They remember the movie coming out years ago about the horse, saying that the horse was one of the greatest athletes, human or animal, that ever lived. You can see them there getting ready to ride the mighty Secretariat to victory. But this here is actually not just a statue. This is an actual grave marker. Here we have buried Man o' War, one of the greatest racing horses of all time. Apparently the racing horse that won the most amount of money. Man o' War died in the 1940s, and they didn't just dig a hole and plant Man o' War in the ground. Man o' War was given a full human funeral. The horse was embalmed like a human, placed in a giant coffin and buried in the ground. Apparently it was buried in another location at one point, but they actually disinterred Man o' War and moved him over here to the Kentucky Horse Park. And buried here as well is several of Man of War's children. There is War Relic right there and War Admiral. They're successful racing horses as well, because after Man of War retired from the game of racing, he became a stud horse and fathered 379 children. Wow, that's quite the family tree. Head into the visitor center here. Welcome to Kentucky Horse Park. This horse here has been autographed by the winners of the 2010 World Equestrian Games. I'm guessing maybe that the horse riders signed it, not necessarily the horses themselves. And there we have a Trojan horse. This was the horse used by the Greeks to sneak into the city of Troy. They were like, hey, I know we hate each other. I know we've been trying to kill each other, but you know what? We just want to give you a giant horse. It's a gift from us to show that we don't want to kill you anymore. We want to give you a giant horse. So they took, the people of Troy took the Trojan horse in, but little did they know, it was full of sneaky Greek soldiers, and they were all hiding inside of the Trojan horse. They crawled out, and they murdered everybody. And you know, it just tells you, be suspicious of everyone. Don't accept gifts from people that want to kill you. This horse here, a little sash that says "World's Finest Model Horses," and yeah, in the window of the gift shop here, you have these Breyer horses, these little replicas. Although some of them are fantastical colors. A rainbow horse right there, the super patriotic red, white, and blue horse as well. We have a horse-related gift shop. You can buy shirts celebrating your favorite horses. There's a Secretariat shirt and Man of War shirt over here. Of course, we are in Kentucky, so you can buy some bourbon to take home with you. Yeah, more of these Breyer horse replicas. But if you're not into horses, they got some other options for you. You can get a cow, you can get a goat, you can even get a stegosaurus. Here's a 1936 model horse stable. Push to turn the lights on. Oh, there we go. A little illumination there. See the horses front. Silver King and Black Beauty. The names of the horses there. Oh, there's a little cat there by the horse's grain. Here's a framed photo op of Big Lex, the blue horse. Apparently Big Lex, the mascot of the city of Lexington. Now as we head out back behind the visitor center, we have the International Museum of the Horse. Been to a lot of museums in my day, but I've never been to a horse museum. Here's some personal items of Man of War. You can see the saddle, the muzzle there. As I mentioned, he was actually buried in a coffin. There's one of the handles to the horse coffin. And of course, one of the horseshoes as well, and a locket of Man of War's hair. This section is called the Legacy of the Horse. I guess the history of the horse. You see a terracotta sculpture of a horse from India. Here's a diorama with some recreations of ancient horses. A really interesting piece of information. It says that the modern horses, are related to zebras and donkeys, but besides that, their closest relative is the rhinoceros. So rhinoceros really just a big horse with a horn. So further credence to the fact that rhinoceroses actually are unicorns. Here, as you see, original horses were much tinier. You see the tiny little horse right there. And here it actually shows the hooves of early horses. You can see how tiny they were. Look how small this horse hoof is right there. That is a tiny horse. There's a dig site from Kazakhstan showing some of the earliest interactions between humans and horses as the village here. And it says that originally horses were kept by humans for meat. That in Kazakhstan they actually raised horses so they could eat them. Here's early chariots that would have been pulled by horses. It's a Sicilian corretto pulled by a donkey there. Talks about medieval horses here. And of course, medieval horses used in the game of jousting, where two humans would ride the horses directly at each other with big spears. Man, that's a dangerous sport. Now this is pretty interesting. I've never heard of this before, but apparently when people were coming over to the New World and bringing horses to the Americas, apparently it was dangerous having a horse on a ship. The ship would list back and forth, and you'd run the risk of the horse being injured, breaking their ankles. So they would actually create these harnesses where they would allow the horse to just dangle and move with the ship. So yeah, just the thought of like being in a ship with a bunch of dangling horses. And of course, you don't want to dangle the horse too high because no one wants to walk underneath a horse. I don't know. I can't imagine that the horses really loved being dangled like that. You see the horse like kicking its legs in the air, being like, "What is going on here?" Here we have early horse racing in North Carolina and Virginia in the 1770s. Peek in this little window here, we can see some taxidermied horses there. Some colonial horse riders. Now this is a peddler's wagon. They would travel around selling items that would be pulled by a horse. And then this cool stagecoach right here, this big colorful stagecoach. It says, what is it? Looks like maybe a horse boot, like a leather boot for a horse to wear. Let's push for the answer. Corrective footwear. Oh, I guess it would help to protect horses' feet on cobblestone and pavement. It's a Kentucky Derby trophy from 1978. Here is some equipment from a veterinarian that would work on horses. See those giant horse syringes there. And then this object here is used to shove pills down a horse's throat. You shove it in a horse's mouth and just roll the pills down it. Here we have a zoetrope that shows us Horse in Motion, one of the first ever moving pictures. We operate it, push this button again, as images of a man riding a horse. We'll get it spinning here. And then you look in these slots, and you can see it kind of makes it look like the horse is galloping. Here is a jockey scale. This is used to weigh jockeys before and after the race to make sure that they had a consistent weight. That sign set there says, "Please do not touch, stroke, pull, push, or mount the scale. Talk here about how the early jockeys were almost exclusively African American. It says Jimmy Winfield here. It says, try on a jockey silk and take your photo with Jimmy. So we got the jockey jackets right here. All right, look at this jockey jacket on. Oh no, I just got this on. I don't know if I can get this off. Hey Jimmy. All right, now we gotta get this off here. Whew. Got nervous there for a second. Here's actually the different breeds of horses to Shire: the elegant urban workhorse, the Percheron, the first important workhorse in America. Looks like a little bobtail with the ribbon on it. The Belgian, the most numerous draft breed in America. I don't know what a lot of these words mean. Clydesdale's the best known draft breed. Now Clydesdale's known for their association with Anheuser-Busch. When they say draft breed, are they talking about draft beer? Then we have the Suffolk, the heavy horse bred to work the farm, the workhorse, if you will. The National Horse Show. Got all these horse trophies, these saddles here, and the ringmaster outfit. Love the outfit there. Oh, and I guess this is the horn that the ringmaster would blow. Here's the polo section. As you ride a horse and try to hit the ball, these big long hammers here. I guess this is this traditional polo gear? Different sports involving horses. You have vaulting there, which I guess is jumping up in the air while riding a horse. We have eventing, jumping. I guess this is a hurdle that a horse would jump over. And here we have dressage, which is a form of horse dancing. Actually, the horse does a little dance. It's almost like horse ballet. It was, I remember, brought into the national consciousness when it was revealed Mitt Romney, when he was running for president, it was revealed that he owned dressage horses. Also have para-dressage, which is apparently the only horse game played in the Paralympic Games, designed for people with disabilities to ride a dancing horse. This is the outfit of Jim Shoulders, who is the best rodeo cowboy ever. Next we enter the El Marah Arabian Horse Gallery. Oh, you can see the horses there projected on the inside of the cave here. This is the Arabian horse, a separate breed of horse that was popularized in Islamic countries.
Not with your feet, pumpkin.
Yes.
No,
To sit on.
no, come here.
Okay.
Turned to him, despite their thirst. These mares were then called Al-Khamsa, the five, the most loyal of all of his horses. And they became the foundation of the Arabian breed that has roamed the desert ever since.
Shows how the Arabian horse spread in popularity all over the globe. Here we have a horse skeleton. This is actually a horse that died in 1875. The horse's name was Lexington, so that's fitting. And apparently this skeleton was on display at the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History, but they have returned it to its hometown and is now on loan and here at the International Museum of the Horse. There's definitely a lot of horse statues here at the Kentucky Horse Park. Here we have the kids' barn. Here's all the different parts of the horse there. This horse here is so you can practice brushing. This horse actually is flocked. It's got hair on it, so we can brush the horse's hair here. Oh, let's give him an emo haircut there. Anyone got a horse for me to ride? I'm a jockey, so I'd like to ride a horse. Really like this horse here. On this side, it is a skeleton horse, which is very, very spooky. But then you take it to the other side, and you can see all the horse muscles inside the horse. Out here we have some hurdles that we can jump. Look at this Princess Castle set of hurdles here. A little horse cemetery over here. Duchess Hanover. Protectorine. Horses do have some interesting names, that is for sure. We have Evensong and Scotch Song. Here we have the big barn, and I think we may actually get a chance to see some flesh and blood horses. We've seen taxidermied horses, we've seen horse statues, we've seen horse graves. Let's see if we can see a horse. Oh yeah, there's horses in all these stalls. They're just standing here very, very stoically. This is Quinn. Hey Quinn. Is that a real horse? Yeah, that's a real horse. Oh yeah, that's a real horse. This is Connor here. Hey big guy. You're a big horse. That's a big horse. Wait a minute, am I scared of horses? My heart just started beating really fast. Do I have a fear of horses? This is something I've maybe not realized about myself. Here's Punch, the horse. Hey there, Punchy. There's Colin. Look at his big hooves there. This is the Hall of Champions. This is a special barn for horses that have won championships. Yeah, these are like luxurious stalls for championship horses. This is the 2003 Kentucky Derby winner, Funny Side. Let's see what Funny Side is doing. Oh, I can only see the back side of Funny Side. Oh, here he comes. Hey, Funny Side. How are you doing, buddy? It's not every day you get to meet a Kentucky Derby winner. Oh. There you go. Yeah, that's wild. The horse I just met has his own Wikipedia page. Kentucky Derby winner. That's kind of crazy. Like meeting a world champion. Wow. So I just went back to my car and I don't have my car keys on me. This could be a problem. This is hopefully not shaping up to be another disaster. I've got an idea where my car keys may be. So let's go see if we can find them. Okay, I thought they may have fallen out of my pocket when I jumped over the hurdle here, but I do not see them on the ground. Oh goodness. Okay, I about had a heart attack there. I thought I was gonna have to stay overnight here at the Kentucky Horse Park. I went back. They must have fallen out of my pocket when I was jumping over the hurdle, but I went back there, they weren't there. So, oh dear. And so I thought maybe someone had picked them up, and fortunately I was right, because I went to the front here. What scared me though is the front door was locked, because they're closed. They closed just like 2 minutes ago as I was going out to my car. So I had to like wait, and I spotted a security guard, knocked. He's like, no, we're closed, we're closed. I'm like, please, no, no. So he opened up, and fortunately he hadn't heard of any keys missing, but he went and looked over at the front desk, and my keys were sitting there at the front desk. So yes, thank you to whoever picked them up. Although this is a question. This is a question, and I don't really know the answer to this. So give me your input. If you find something that someone obviously left behind, keys, wallet, that has fallen on the ground or been left in a bathroom, something like that, is it best to pick that up and turn it in to keep it safe, to make sure no one steals it? Or is it better to leave it where you found it, knowing that the person that lost it may retrace their steps and be able to find it? But yeah, that's, leave a comment in the comment section what you think. But yeah, I'm again, my heart is pumping, because I thought they're locking up everything here because it's time for the horse park to close. So I'm so lucky I was able to flag down a security guard, or this would have been another setback or hurdle, if you will, on this road trip. There's actually a second horse museum here at the Kentucky Horse Park, the American Saddlebred Museum. Unfortunately, they've closed for the day. I didn't get a chance to get over there in time. But yeah, I guess the saddlebred, a more specific type of horse. I remember seeing a sign for this on the highway, and didn't know what saddlebred was. Originally, I thought it was some sort of like bread that you ate, but apparently it's a type of horse. Of course, anytime I'm in Lexington, I like to stop by and say hello to an old friend. And we have arrived at the Kentucky Fun Mall. And of course, the main attraction here at the Kentucky Fun Mall is the original Cocaine Bear. Now recently there has been a movie trailer released, a horror movie about a bear on cocaine, and it claims to be based on a true story, and it actually is. Because right here we have the original Cocaine Bear, who's been living here at the Kentucky Fun Mall. They dress him up seasonally. Looks like he's maybe starting to celebrate Mardi Gras. It looks like, but yeah, the story here is just fascinating. The original story is fascinating. The drug dealers dropped several drops of cocaine in the Georgia forest, and I think the drug dealer actually jumped out of the airplane and to his death. But when they went to retrieve the drugs out of the forest, they found a lot of the drugs missing and a dead bear. And it is believed that the bear here ingested as much as 76 pounds of cocaine. Now, the Kentucky Fun Mall tried to track the bear down when they found out that it had been taxidermied. Apparently, at one point, it had belonged to Waylon Jennings. Actually owned the taxidermied bear, but they purchased him, tracked him down, purchased him, and put him on display here, where he has become a true icon. You can see they have him in this little snowy room here with snow coming down, and people have actually left offerings. You can see people leaving offerings to Cokie the Bear, to Pablo Escobar, as he sits here and enjoys his newfound fame. I can't wait. I can't wait to see to see the movie. It kind of fills in what may have happened while the bear was alone in the woods. I mean, the concept of just a bear just out of his mind on coke is a truly terrifying thought. And yeah, can't wait to see the movie. You can see here all the different places people have come to see the bear. You can see from all the different places in Kentucky, all the different places around the United States there, and all the people from around the world who have just come to see this bear. People from Australia, people from China, people from Africa have come all the way to America just to see the bear. I, of course, will add my pin to the map. Now, I am mostly nomadic, but I do have a home address right there. Some merch here. I met the bear. See the different stickers celebrating the bear there. Some postcards as well. You can see another bear head there. It looks like he's got a little something white on his nose. Some great t-shirts here as well. Just taking off the old Dare logo. There's taking off the Smokey the Bear. Nice 80s look to that one. Yeah, the incident actually did occur in the 80s, in 1985. My dad's a big Chicago Bear fan. I should get him this shirt and see if he notices. Oh, and this is super cool. They have the snow globe. You can see there's the rainbow. There's the bricks of product there. And then you can make it snow. And there is the poster for the new Cocaine Bear movie coming out. You see he looks much more vicious in this poster than he does in real life. Looks like the movie's coming out February 24th, so not much longer. We have the Kentucky Cabinet of Curiosities there. You can see the KFC bucket, of course, the Colonel Sanders tie there, and then some jars of fun, some Kentucky jars. We have, I guess these look like there's I think those are like horse turds there, preserved in a jar. And then this is amazing. It's a chicken leg. A chicken leg preserved inside of the jar there. This is not actually liquid, it's like solid. So it's like completely sealed and preserved chicken leg. Here's some Colonel Sanders figures. And I had a question to ask the audience. Now, Jen was once surprised that I knew Colonel Sanders' first name Harlan off the top of my head, Colonel Harlan Sanders. And I was kind of surprised that she didn't. So leave a comment in the comment section. Did you know his first name was Harlan? And is that like common knowledge? Is that household knowledge? Leave a comment in the comment section. This is the bear's pickup truck here. He used to sit in the bed before he was moved to his new area over there. All these different Kentucky-based stickers. The y'all sticker, this Kentucky sticker with a dolphin on it, and then we have some LGBT stickers. We have the trans Kentucky sticker. Of course, Kentucky being the chicken state, you have the giant fiberglass chicken there. And this fiberglass statue here is of Eric Kahn. He was a local disability attorney that was actually arrested for massive fraud. And these mannequins used to sit on top of his billboards waving to the public. And apparently he's known locally for having a strange commercial featuring a rap song. See this old skee ball machine, as well as a big steer wearing a Kentucky hat. In this booth, we have all sorts of Kentucky treasures, a Colonel Sanders mask, a Ernest doll, Jim Varney, the actor who played Ernest from Kentucky. We have Muhammad Ali here, also from the state of Kentucky. Here we have Kentucky-shaped ice, a little ice cube tray where you can make little ice Kentuckys for your bourbon. You have the perfect Kentucky photo up there with Colonel Sanders holding up a chicken. These actually are ribbons for horse competitions, and you can see the caribou, the disco caribou there as well. Now the bear here holds a special place in my heart. Like early on, very early on in this channel's history, I heard about the legend of the bear. I wanted so bad to get out and film the bear, to do a video about the bear. So I got in my car, and I was living in Waynesville, North Carolina, drove 4 hours here, filmed the Kentucky Fun Mall, showed the bear, then got back in my car, drove home. I did no other stops that day, didn't film anything else. So 8 hours total drive time so that I could do the one video on the bear. And I think at that point, when I reflect on that, I think that right there, that energy is the fuel that has driven this channel to where it is. I always, when I think about myself and how I've handled this channel, I always think back to the time I drove 8 hours to see the bear. See Muhammad Ali there on the side of the Kentucky Fun Mall. Of course, anytime I do film inside of a business, I do try to help support the business. So I did make a purchase to add to my snow globe collection. I did purchase the snow globe there. Look at all the snow. So this is kind of a weird random encounter that I had inside the Kentucky Fun Mall. I ran into a reporter from the Wall Street Journal who is doing a story on the cocaine bear. And yeah, and then she actually recognized me. She had watched my previous videos about the bear and doing her research. So she actually asked if she could get some comments from me regarding the bear. So I don't know if my comments will be used in the article or not, but it was kind of a funny encounter today. But I think we've had a great day here in Lexington. Of course, seeing Pablo Escobar, as well as visiting the Kentucky horse park. Now, it was winter time, so I don't think that they didn't have as many horses out and about. They weren't doing any horse shows today. But I kind of got the winter version of the Kentucky horse park, and I did get to meet a Kentucky Derby champion. That's something you don't get to do every day. And yeah, funny side, met the 2003, I think, Kentucky Derby champion, and I got to feed him a treat. So that's pretty amazing. And oh man, and losing my keys, like, that really got me spooked. Like, I was really concerned that that this trip was actually cursed. But there's no such thing as curses. Or is there? No. Well, maybe. I mean, maybe I am cursed, but probably not. But I could be. But probably not. But maybe. Who knows? Has anyone out there if you've put a curse on me, leave a comment in the comment section asking telling me what I need to do to lift the curse that you have placed on me. But no, I'm not cursed. But maybe I am. Thank you guys for your support. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, consider donating to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, including the Kauai Fiji Mermaid Carpetbagger pin that's currently available. And, you know, all that helps keep this horse on the track, this boat in the water, and this bear high in the air. Until tomorrow morning, my friends, this one's in the bag.